Is your dream MBA job really your dream MBA job, or is it somebody else's dream which you have acquired? Now, most likely, if you're an MBA student at any B school that you may be in, the chances are that the dream job which you're dreaming about and the dream job which you really aspire is not really your dream job. Why do I say so? I will help you understand in this video. Hi, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur, and let's get on with the video. So in this video, I want to talk to you about something which I call acquired goals. Which means what? That when you've entered your B school, you are obviously there to learn as well as to get the placements. What happens in the placements is that the dream job, the kind of job which you aspire for, the kind of job which you prepare for during your MBA is heavily influenced by a lot of other factors apart from that what you truly want. Which means eventually it happens that a job or a job role which is fashionable to get, which is very famous, or which your friends want to get, that job would then become your dream job. So, for example, you would have seen, and you could be one of those MBA students who aspire to become a consultant, who aspire to go to a BCG, a Bain, or a McKinsey after your MBA. Now, the thing is, if you are one such student, and you know what, this is just one of the examples. So if I'm speaking to you about consulting, it's just one of the examples. It could be about analytics. It could be about product management. It could be anything. So if you're one such student who's aspiring for a job role, probably you need to pause over here and think and reflect that whether this job role which I'm aiming for, is it truly what I want from my life? Is it truly what I want to do each day after MBA? Or am I aiming for it only because my best friend wants to do that job, or because everyone else in the campus is dreaming about that job and it is fashionable and it is very sexy to say that, hey, I got placed in that kind of a job role. My point is that your goal, your aim may not be your goal, but an acquired goal. Now, you might ask me that, okay, even if it's an acquired goal, even if the goal is not mine, but what's the harm in it? If the final end objective is good, if it pays me well, if I'm working for a great brand, then what's the problem? Even if I'm influenced by what my friends want. There are two problems or two consequences which you will encounter if you are not having your own goals and you're having acquired goals from somebody else. The first problem is that job role or that aspiration, that objective of yours is not congruent to who you are. Now, in my community, 5 steps ahead, all the MBA students who are there, they follow these 5 C's, the 5 principles of the 5 steps ahead community. And one of those C's is congruency, which means that your end objective from your MBA, it needs to be congruent to who you are, what are your natural abilities, and what is the kind of life which you envision after MBA. Because you need to realize that whatever is that life which you envision after MBA, the lifestyle, or whatever it is that you see yourself doing every day, your job role needs to fit into that beautifully. It needs to be congruent to it. So say, for example, if you're somebody who envisions a life of being entirely free and having freedom, then maybe a consulting role wherein for a lot of number of hours you need to be involved with the organization might not be apt for you at all. And because it was not congruent to who you are and what kind of a life you had envisioned, you would start to see the problems in the future. Which means that when the sheen and the shininess of this seemingly attractive job would come off, then you would start feeling frustrated with that same job role which you had aspired for. In your head, you would always want to switch from that, and while the world would feel that, hey, he or she is very happy, but only you would know how frustrated you are with it. Whereas if you are in a job role which is aligned with the skills you have or the skills which you will inculcate during your MBA, and it is also aligned with the kind of lifestyle which you aspire to have, then you would not even realize that how seamlessly would that job role would integrate with your work life, and it will not seem as work at all. Now, it might sound as a cliche that the work would not seem like work, but it's true. It's my story that the kind of work which I do at Super Heuristics to build Super Heuristics to help you MBA students with your aspirations, it does not feel like work at all, because I had chosen this journey for my own self when I had started my blog when I was in the first year of my MBA. So if you have similar aspirations, if you want to identify, the first thing is that you need to identify what exactly you truly want. For that, I have a course. You should join my community 5 steps ahead, because in that I have a course called Skill Clarity Blueprint, in which I will take you through exactly how do you identify that what kind of a job role you want. For that particular job role, what exactly are the skills you should have, and then once you have that exact clarity of the skills which you will have, how you can start to learn exactly those skills without focusing on anything else. You need to focus only on those particular skills, and how can you eventually become a personal brand, an expert in those skills, so much so that you would get the work opportunities coming to you instead of you chasing the placements or the work. I have shared the link to join my community down in the description. And from there, the second problem which happens when you're chasing acquired goals, when you're chasing goals which are not truly yours, is that you eventually fail. The reason for that is because that goal is not truly aligned to who you are, that goal is not truly felt from within, because of which you would always make half-baked attempts at learning the skills which are important for that outcome. Now, because your attempts at acquiring those skills, be it through online courses or be it through anywhere else, since those attempts are half-baked, what happens is that, for example, you enroll for an online course which will help you get that job of that acquired goal. Once you get that job, once you have the offer in your hand, you would stop to learn more in that field, because you were truly not aligned for that field. You truly had no interest in that field, and for you the outcome was to only get that job to show it to others that, hey, I have that job role now. Hence, when your learning will stop, obviously you will eventually fail. Your attempts to get that job and to succeed in that job will only be half-baked, and this, I can guarantee you, this is a very fatal outcome. If you're chasing acquired goals, is a fatal outcome. You will be on a downward spiral after your MBA for sure. And I've seen enough number of students, I've seen enough examples of how MBA students from some of the best B schools hit a downward spiral because they chased goals which were not truly their own. So if you're somebody who wants to find out that what exactly are the goals you need to chase, what exactly are the skills, the job roles which you should have, and how to become experts at that, so much so that you might not even require placements, then do go ahead and join my community 5 steps ahead, in which I would offer you different courses in which you'll not only be able to identify that what skills are important for you, but you will also be able to build a personal brand in those areas, so much so that placements would only be a byproduct of the amazing thing which you would have created. I'll see you in another video. Stay tuned for it. Thank you and goodbye.